2023 Liber 30 Fox D. So, we've decided to go back to our 2022 dashcam footage and make these videos um, because we want to read more, well, with you guys. We want to read more of this book, Rationality, together. And then also, I was thinking, I'd read a lot more if felt like I was reading with someone, discussing it with someone. So, so that's the idea. All right, so we're on page 15 of Steven Pinker's Rationality, What It Is, Why It Seems Scarce, Why It Matters. The last video where I asked the stamp question would be Lima 29 Echo. Yeah, 2023 Liber 29 Eddie. Um, And let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know whether the text takes too much away from the dash cam footage, maybe if I just do the font differently, or whether it's nice to have the text kind of clear if it is clear, and then have in the background the drive. Alrighty then. So, page 15. So we left off at imagine that you are a postal worker. Which envelopes do you have to turn over? The correct answer, once again, is P and not Q, namely the express envelope and the one with the 50-cent stamp. Though the problem is logically equivalent to the 4-coin problem, this time almost everyone gets it right. I still don't. The content of a logical problem matters. When an if-then rule implements a contract involving permissions and duties, if you enjoy a benefit, you must pay a cost, then a violation of the rule, take the benefit, don't pay the cost, is equivalent to cheating. And people intuitively know what it takes to catch a cheater. They don't check up on people who aren't enjoying the benefit or people who have paid a cost, neither of whom could be trying to get away with something. This is totally consistent with it theory, that your mechanisms, which can each be formulated as if-then rules, the mechanisms themselves, the its themselves, that's what it stands for, if-then. Um, and so obviously, we have a strong it when it comes to things that involve pro-sociality and the maintenance of a community of sociality. Um, so if you enjoy a benefit, you must pay a cost. That's a pretty strong wired rule that we evolved to have. And remember, whenever you're wondering what mechanisms humans have, you look at evolution. What mechanisms sort of would have been advantageous, what mechanisms wouldn't have been necessary, and so on. Obviously, the mechanism, um, like if there is risk of someone cheating, then pay special attention or something is there, uh, which amplifies the it. If a person enjoys a benefit, they must pay a cost, because that's how we maintain sort of, a functioning society, sort of. Okay, cognitive psychologists debate exactly what kinds of content temporarily turn people into logicians. This content did not turn people into logicians. It's just that in this particular situation, we have mechanisms that engage more of the other mechanisms in the situation. So when we had the first question where we had the coinage, you had an it that ran, a mechanism that ran about like what to look at. Okay, maybe it was wrong. The whole brain didn't really care. It was only that one mechanism that ran, and that seemed like it would be enough. But then you introduce the possibility of cheating. More its are going to run, um, including the it. If there's a possibility of cheating, then pay attention. And what that means is, if there's a possibility of cheating, let's get some other its ticked. Let's get some other its involved. Let's get some other its primed. Um, and that doesn't mean turn on the logic switch. We already have the mechanisms to be able to evaluate which thing to turn over. Those mechanisms just didn't run for the coinage, but when there's the possibility of cheating, they are involved. They get involved because that's how the system evolved. Did I say involved or evolved before? Anyway, I should have said involved and then evolved. Cognitive psychologists debate exactly what kinds of content temporarily turn people into logicians. They can't be just any concrete scenarios, but must embody the kinds of logical challenges that we became attuned to as we developed into adults and perhaps when we evolved into humans. Monitoring a privilege or duty is one of these logic unlocking themes. Again, not logic unlocking themes, but, you know, good relevant mechanisms unlocking things. But again, like he said earlier, it's not a superpower, not an X-ray thing. Oh, now I have logic. Monitoring a privilege or duty is one of these logic unlocking themes. Monitoring danger is another. People know that to verify compliance with the precaution, if you ride a bicycle, then you must wear a helmet. They have to check that a child on a bicycle is wearing a helmet and that a child without a helmet does not get onto a bicycle. Page 16. Now, a mind that can falsify a conditional rule when the violations are tantamount to cheating or danger is not exactly a logical mind. Logic, by definition, is about the form of statements, not their content. How P's and Q's are connected by if, then, and, or, not, some, and all, regardless of what the P's and Q's stand for. Check out my video, What is Reason? We talk about how that is reason. If, then, and, or, not some. Knowing which ones to use when and for each specific piece of content, and whether those things work, whether or not the content is true or not, that's reason.